And hello and welcome back to another live stream of the Wattify team. Yesterday we had already a session about the user experience of the Wattify mobile app, and the day before we had a session about the product, explaining what it is about. And today we are having a session with Otmar, our head of blockchain development, and he will explain us the technology behind the devices, what we already see, that actually run the blockchain. So we actually run it decentralized, in a decentralized way, and we have, I think, very special approach for that. And with this small introduction, I want to hand over to Otmar, who will start to explain us how everything works.
Hello, Tobias. Yeah, nice to meet you again. I hope you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Perfect. So today I want to explain what we are doing in the background, because Wattify is not only an app and some blockchain stuff, it is more. We have a really decentralized blockchain network. So what you see here is it is called a smart meter gateway. And first I want to explain you what a smart meter gateway is. This is some kind of hardware device, and I go, yeah, it's not easy to use that. I go in here. This is our laboratory, which you can see here, and you see in the, on the left side, the big case. This is your private energy consumption measurement system, and this is not IoT enabled, and in the future every household will get such a smart meter gateway, and this will include it into your private home installation.
So to bring everything into the picture, we have today the measuring devices in not digitalized, and in the future we will roll out these digital devices, and there are like a few million households in Germany that will equip with that, and I think also other countries in the world will be equipped with these smart metering devices.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and now the interesting thing is, what you cannot see is that these are two devices. So on the top, you see the rectangle here. You see the rectangle here. Oh, it's difficult. I just have to use the drawing pen.
This?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. This is a kind of a small device, like a Raspberry Pi, and I have a drawing, a picture here to show it in detail. Just a moment. Yeah, here you can see the unboxed device, which is in top of the smart meter gateway. And there you can see we have one Ethernet cable, and on this device we include applications and additionally a blockchain node. So just a moment. When I go to a detailed view here, just a moment. Then you see on the left side here. Oh yeah. This is our smart meter gateway, the hardware I've shown you, and you see on the bottom, this is a system. Smart meter gateway, and on the top of this smart meter gateway there is a additional, something like an IoT device. But this IoT device has special properties, because we have two possibilities to connect this device to the internet. One simple and standard possibility connection to the internet will be to connect the additional IoT device to the home router to connect to the internet. But we have a second way, an absolute secure way, which is by default included inside the hardware. You see it here. We have a mobile network connection. Yeah, thank you. It doesn't work at my side.
I see you are marking.
Okay. We have a mobile connection, and the way from here, from the IoT device, which goes through the smart meter gateway over the mobile network into something like it is called a EMT server. It's it's a secured, certified environment where only a small count of companies will be able to, or will be allowed to run such a server. And this EMT server will be connected by VPN to the Wattify and Yuki server, where we have access to the top IoT device, which is above the smart meter gateway.
It actually runs the blockchain node.
Absolutely. So the interesting thing is that this kind of connection is is defined by the it's called BSE, the German security agency, and all companies who will join in that certified or regulated connection has to be needs a certified license for that. They will be controlled every year if all regulations will be fulfilled. And why just should we do this kind of security stuff in Germany? It's quite simple, because the idea is that the whole energy grid should in the future be controlled by some companies, and we need, because of decentralized energy production, we need to switch on, off, or switch the level of energy production by using some IoT messages, which goes through this secured tunnel, and this will be the tunnel we use for communication between the blockchain nodes.
Okay, so we use the same tunnels, the same secured connection for communicating with our blockchain network. That is also used by companies that are running the energy sector in Germany to do their energy stuff, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. So I bring it here. Okay. So what we see now is also our smart meter gateway. We have a blockchain node on top of this smart meter gateway, and we also have a wallet inside there. So the private key is secured here, if I want. It's a decision I can make. We also have additional adapters, possibilities to bring on some communication modules, different protocols like MQTT, I don't like OPC UA, but I think we have other systems, and so what you see here is that you have on the left side. I bring away that. What you see here on the left side is our smart meter gateway, and we can connect to sensors, for example. And here's, for example, a door opener, and the idea is that we can open doors, for example, connect to sensors, to actors, and the great thing about that is we have a blockchain node there. We have a blockchain network, and we don't use a cloud to send data from the cloud to an IoT device. We are directly connected to the blockchain, decentralized. So our communication will not go from IoT device or from sensor to IoT device to the cloud. We have a really decentralized infrastructure where we can communicate direct with the sensors, and we can save data like security data directly on the blockchain node. And as you know, blockchain is immutable database, if you want. You cannot. You have a journal of security controlled devices. What's happening there? Who has opened the door? Who has access to the door, for example? And we have the possibility to bring in smart contracts. So you can use smart contracts to manage the business logic, decentralized. For example, for this example, for it.
Okay, Ottmar, what you just said is very important. I want to underline that. So our smart metering devices, they are of course also in private households, but they are also sitting in front of the photovoltaic power generators. And this is what we actually tokenize, because the photovoltaic is tokenized as an asset token, and each kilowatt hour generated is tokenized as a yield token for Wattify. And this is done by the blockchain node that's actually sitting in front of the device it is about. So that's actually how blockchain technology should be implemented. So it's close to the asset everything is about.
Yeah, this is absolutely right. This was just an introduction with the security door. And what you see here is the simplified concept. What Tobias said is you have on the left side a power plant, a photovoltaic plant, and you have a counter for the energy, and on top of this counter there is a smart meter gateway included with our blockchain node. And as you know, the energy is measured every 15 minutes. And in this 15 minutes, we have we are directly on the blockchain, and we generate for each generated kilowatt hours. We generate a token, and what you see here is if you have an investment on this power plant. Here, for example, are 3 investors who have a share of the plant.
So in asset tokens.
In asset tokens, absolutely. I get my return on first I get my kilowatt hours, what I in what I have invested. So only the share of the kilowatt token. and every investor will get a green kilowatt.
And that is handled by smart contracts.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Can you hear me? I've lost the connection.
I can hear you.
Okay, I don't have a picture anymore.
Okay, we're giving it a few seconds.
Yeah. Okay. Can you hear me anymore, Tobias?
I can hear you. Maybe you relog into the screen for a second.
Okay, just a moment.
Welcome back, Ottmar.
Yeah, so it works again. Sorry for that.
Yeah, that's life.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no mercy.
I know.
If you could stream with a smart contract, that would be our specialty.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, Ottmar. So we have. I want to do a short summary. So
Yeah.
we have our blockchain nodes on smart meter gateways. That they are distributed around Germany in our case. So they are basically the backbone of our energy network, and we are using the value-added module that sits on top of the smart meter gateway to run our blockchain decentralized, and also to run it in front of the assets we are actually tokenizing.
Yeah.
And you were about to explain how that works, why we have asset tokens, why we have yield tokens, and how the kilowatt hour is actually tokenized and the yield then is distributed to our investors.
Absolutely. Yeah. So this is shown in that small graph, and I can show it in a more detailed view. So what you see here is that on the left side we have the investor, and on the right side you see photovoltaic plants. We have PV1, we have PV2 and PV3, and we have on each power plant there is a smart meter gateway, and it needs to be there. And the great thing is on top of that smart meter gateway, here's our blockchain node. So as I said before, we don't have a connection to a cloud application like Azure or AWS or something like that. We have it really decentralized, including smart contracts and the communication between the smart contract and the blockchain node. At the blockchain node side here on the plant will be decentralized. So this is a special of Yoki and Wattify, that also the communication, not only the blockchain and all that stuff, also the communication is decentralized, and it will happen directly where the plant is implemented. And I explained it before. You see here, for example, the investor you see on the left side the bank account. And the first step to come into the digital world is to exchange your euros to so you buy you invest in that first photovoltaic plant, and so you need to make a fiat transfer, and Wattify will exchange it to asset token. So for example, if you are a student and you just have 100 euro to invest, you use that 100 euro to buy a share of 100 euro of the plant, and then what's happening? You will get, it is the A token, the asset token. You get 100 individual plant token, which will come if you follow the arrow. It will come directly to your crypto wallet, your Yuki or Wattify wallet. So now you have that part of you have invested in the photovoltaic plant, and the next step is the power plant will generate energy, and the part of energy which is creating will be come back to you as a yield token. And so normally every 15 minutes we can send you micropayments directly to your wallet, but we decided to send you this this yield token every day at night. So you can if you have you will have your wallet on your mobile phone, and every night you get the return on invest of all your investment you're doing in the Wattify platform. And that's it.
Okay, so I try to sum it up. So as an investor, I have a bank account and I want to invest in a photovoltaic plant. So I transfer my fiat money in euro, dollar, or something else to the bank account of the SPV that's actually powering the photovoltaic plant.
Yeah.
And then the system gives me asset tokens according to my shares I transferred. And by holding the asset tokens, the smart contracts make sure that I get the yield tokens according to my share on the plant represented by the asset tokens, and with that I get the yield tokens. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could you give us a glimpse on the smart contracts, how they are structured, how they look like, and what is actually powering
Yes.
our investment process?
Yes. Just a moment. I have prepared it. It's here. So we have not only one smart contract. We have. Oh, sorry for that. It's a little bit confusing. Just a moment. I have to do some. Okay. Okay. Shit. What you see here is the first step of contracts. It is important to tell you that we have no business logic inside a cloud or back-end system or middleware or something like that. We are completely decentralized, and the whole business logic is included in the blockchain. So what you see here is just a small view of what we are doing. We have the owner of the photovoltaic plant, and the great thing about about what we do is the owner has an identity. So you see it on the address on the bottom of the picture. So you have an identity contract we deploy, and the rules what the owner can do inside the application will be defined by smart contracts. So an owner of a plant is allowed to create his plant on the platform, but this is not done as normal, where you have a web application and a backend. It is done inside the smart contracts, and we have 3 steps to create the plant. So the first is the user or the owner needs to select a plant type, like a PV plant or a biogas plant or a windcraft plant, and this is something like a template we have prepared. The next step is, this is not in release 1 but in further releases. The next step will be what kind of investment he wants for his plant. So we have different kind of finance processes, like crowdfunding, donation, shares, and so on. And he can now select what kind of finance process he wants to use for his publishing plant. And this is really important. The process is also in smart contracts. So no one, if he's deploying his project, no one can hack or can change the rules which are defined in the donation or crowdfunding contracts. This is the great thing behind that. So the next step is you, after you've chosen the finance process, you can define conditions for that. So how many return of invest he will get. There is the calculation of the return on invest, and the calculation depends on the options, the risks of your investment. So you can decide longer run times and something like that. And these options will define the calculation, the final calculation, after we have deployed the contracts. And the result only of one plant will be 4 smart contracts, which are completely connected to each other. We have the general plant contract, which includes a wallet. So the contract will have its own wallet, not the investor, but the object. So the plant itself has now a wallet, and the plant itself is deciding who will get money or return on invest, a U token, and this will be done by the business logic of the contracts. But also you have the crowdfunding contract, you have the crowdfunding calculation contract in this example. And we will want to not to be we have some extensions for example for PV plants, because we have a general plant contract which all plants will have the same, and the extension is just from step 1 the type of the plant. So we have different attributes to save and to store, and these attributes, it's really important to tell you that are immutable because they are inside the contract, and the conditions and the calculation which are getting this data and are based on this data, and no one can change the conditions or be attributes. So in a standard cloud server edge architecture, there will always be an administrator who has the admin rights, and he can change things inside the database. But in this case, this is not possible. In one session, I think on Monday, we talked about that, about the differences. And one important thing for me is to say that our application Wattify, or our ecosystem Wattify, is not a completely decentralized finance application like different DeFi application you see in the crypto side. And you see here that we have matched the digital world with a real world use case, and the real world use case is really that what we have here. Just a moment. So we really have combined the real world with the digital world. Though this is not only digital, it's the digital stuff is you can grab. It's real produced energy, which we are changing. It's not a fantasy product. It's real energy which we liquefy to digital tokens, and this is what we do. And I've shown you here a part of. Just a moment. I've shown you here a part of what Wattify and the technology is behind. And for each kind of stuff we have done, the concept is the same. So the concept and our philosophy is that we are really decentralized. Not only the contracts, and not also the node network is completely decentralized. Okay, we have some AWS instances, but our nodes are decentralized. Okay, that's
okay. Let me try a summary for what you just explained us.
Yeah.
So we have identities deployed as smart contracts for power plant owners and for our investors. The identities allow, for example, a power plant owner to deploy a power plant, which is also a smart contract or consists of actually multiple smart contracts that allow us for multiple investment models like crowdfunding, donation, shares, and stuff like that. And also our power plant owners can define their own parameters with which they want to offer their investment to investors.
Yeah.
And everything is run in smart contracts in the blockchain on our decentralized nodes. And as long as the blockchain is running, nobody can change the contract that was deployed, and nobody can alter the agreement that the contract represents between power plant owner and the investor, or actually multiple investors. This actually means that we decentralized and democratized the power plant and its energy generation.
Absolutely, yeah, right.
That's a great thing, I would say.
Yeah, I say it too.
Okay, great. Ottmar,
Yeah,
thank you very much for your time. Thank you for explaining everything in detail and for the deep dive. And then let's see us in the next live session.
perfect. Thank you, Tobias, and
Goodbye, Ottmar.
goodbye.